Hello and welcome to this bonus episode of the Christian Reeve podcast. Today, we will be discussing. we will be disgusting. Today, we will be discussing travel and adventure questions. Only on the Christian Reeve podcast. I just wanted to do that. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another bonus episode. Another day, another bonus episode. Aren't you lucky, eh? You lot? Aren't you lucky? You lucky fucks. You lucky fucks. I'm just kidding. Is anyone even listening? Is it just me here? On my own? I'm on my own again. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I have done quite a lot of these now. Hello and welcome back. Thank you very much once again to Vilma for all these wonderful questions. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I accepted a challenge to answer 300 questions in celebration of 300 episodes of the Christian Reeve podcast. So you will hear at least 6 episodes in the run-up to the 300th episode, and the rest of the episodes will be available on Patreon, patreon.com/Christian Reeve. Just because there's so many, and I'm already uploading 6 bonus episodes here. And eventually we have to get to the rest of the podcasts that I've actually uploaded. I've not uploaded, I've recorded. I'm actually on 307 at this point, which is mind-blowing because right now the 300th hasn't even been released yet. So, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So got the F word in. It's 3 minutes and we're already fucking effing and jeffing. Right. Travel and adventure questions, yeah? Question number 1. What's the most unforgettable trip you've ever been on? We're starting off on a really positive note. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of towns in the UK I could say that about. Alright. Okay. Right. Time to shit on Birmingham. Sorry, Birmingham, but you're shit. I mean, other than football and classic heavy metal, what does Birmingham really have going for it? I remember so my girlfriend's from Birmingham. This is a true story, right? I said to her, I like to lightly mock her sometimes. I'm like, oh, Birmingham, what's the point? Right? As you do with the people you love. But I said to her, I was like, what does Birmingham have going for it? And she turned around and she genuinely said, oh, well, they've got a pretty big Primark. Oh my God. I've been to Birmingham a few times for film work and stuff. And I got to say, it's the drizzling shits, man. Even people in Birmingham don't like Birmingham. From what I understand, in Birmingham, you've got Greater Birmingham, if you want to call it that. Outside of the city centre, there's actually some stuff going on, some interesting museums and whatnot. But Birmingham, the city, fuck all. You've got 2 football teams. You've got Birmingham City and you've got Aston Villa. Obviously, famously, Black Sabbath is from Birmingham. So they've got that. I think Led Zeppelin is from there. Or at least John Bonham is or something like that. Other than that, nothing at all. Yeah, just shame. Every time I've been there, it's it's just not pleasant being there. You've got a few nice restaurants and such, and I don't know. That's just kind of it. Birmingham is the second city from a population standpoint, but from every other standpoint, it's just not. I'd argue Manchester's the second city, really. I think a lot of people will probably agree with me on that, because it's culturally, there's just fuck all going on in Birmingham. And it's really sad. Because
you know, you got the football, you've got the older music and stuff. I feel like it could be something. It should be something, but it's not, and it baffles me. And the way it's built, like I said, is really irritating. Like, a lot of Birmingham is just fucking road. It's just like highway style road, and it's just ugly. And just, I'm sorry, I'm really shitting on Birmingham here, but it is just ugly, man. It's the ugly redhead stepchild that you just don't want to come in and ruin the family get together. That's what Birmingham is. I'm so sorry. I really am. I'm sorry, but it had to be said. I've never come away from Birmingham with good memories. I've never been like, that was good. I will say, again, there was one nice restaurant that I went to for film work. But even the staff there were arseholes. I remember that. We'd booked to record in the restaurant. And they were still, for some reason, they chose to... Because it was like a restaurant and a hotel, if I remember correctly. And we were filming in the restaurant side. So you could still get access from the hotel side. I just remember, like, none of us had eaten breakfast. And yeah, granted, that was the film crew's responsibility to sort that out for us. But I remember, like, they were having breakfast. Like, the hotel was having their breakfast for customers, right? And there was food there. And no one had told us that it wasn't up for grabs, but we asked, like, we're not just going to grab it. We're like, oh, is this for us? And the owner who was running the hotel at the time just went, no, that's not for you. You should go talk to your film crew. That's not for you. And we're like, okay, Jesus, like, don't have to bite my head off, buddy. Just really shitty attitude. And I get it, you live in Birmingham, but, like, don't take it out on me, man. Just fucking hell, man. Just miserable bastard. Like, how are we supposed to know? Genuinely, how are we supposed to know? We're not psychic. There's no signs. There was no, like, indication of the said fact. And why, if you're a business owner, would you fucking keep half of your business open whilst the other side is being used for film work in, like, what was quite an intimate place? It's not like it was a back room cut off or something like that. It was like... a lot of people had to walk through the film set in order to get to their breakfast. I would have just charged the film crew more money, closed the whole place down for a day, you know, because you can make a lot of money from that. I know people who've done it, and it's good money. Sometimes it's better than actually running the day. Like, you know, like, I know some pubs that have done that, and it's like you stand to make more money from them filming on a Tuesday than you would from being open on a Tuesday. So it's, yeah, man, just pick a number and inflate it, and then they'll probably pay it. But there you go. Yeah, so that was unforgettable. Jesus, nearly 10 minutes of shitting on Birmingham. I do apologise. That I would do anything I can within my power to make Birmingham better, genuinely. But right now, as it stands, it is an unforgettable trip. Question number 2. Have you ever had a travel disaster? What happened? Interesting. Just trying to think. I'm sure there has been. I've had horrible journeys. You know, I remember flying to Albania one time, and it was an awful flight with loads of turbulence, and I wanted to just throw up so badly. Flying back from America was horrible as well. Loads and loads of turbulence. All the airline staff started doing the brace thing, but they did it for a little bit too long, and I was like, shit, I might die. This might be it. Over the Atlantic, at the age of 21, I'd started thinking about life. I was like, I've barely lived. It's like, Jesus, is this it? This is how I go out? I was like, fucking hell, man, I'm disappointed. I want my money back. I don't know if you could call that a travel disaster, though, because I'm still here, and obviously we got home in the end. I think this is more referring to just like getting there and stuff like that, isn't it? I've had a lot of issues in the UK with travel because UK travel is notoriously shit. But it's nothing that's like out of the ordinary. It's always just kind of like, oh, all the trains are cancelled, and guess what? There's no way to get home. Shit like that, you know, like they just don't care. Or like I remember one time, like our coach broke down on the way to London, and everyone I spoke to couldn't give me a straight answer, like about what was going to happen next. And in that time, we saw a coach that was after us coming and going, but there wasn't enough space to fit all of us in the extra seating. And it's like, well, hold on, your coach broke down. We should be a priority, but you're kind of ignoring us. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remember everyone complaining whenever you complain to this particular coach company, their first response is always like, oh, well, just go on the website, you know, just look on there, maybe you can get a refund. It's like, motherfucker, I want to get to London. All right, we can sort my refund out later. I want to fucking get there. I'm getting triggered already, man. Jesus, like, when we talk about travel, right? Travel in the UK is shit. It's the worst. It's the drizzling shits. Every time I get on a coach or a train or anything in this country, I want to have a nervous fucking breakdown. And it's not just me. Everyone feels the same way in this country. It's awful. For all the travel networks we have, all of the options we have in this country, it's the drizzling shit. Fuck UK travel. This is going to be one rant video, isn't it? I just... might as well just call this travel rants instead of travel and adventure questions. I do apologise, but look, you asked the questions, Vilma. So this is what you get in response. Right? This is what you get. You want. This is what you get. All right. No. You asked for it, mate. No. Okay. Question number 23. Here's something positive. What's the most breathtaking place you've ever seen in person? There's been a few. America, I went to Death Valley, which is, I think it's like either in the Nevada desert or near it, on the way to Las Vegas. That was breathtaking. Surreal would be the way I would express that. A lot of the terrain between California to Las Vegas is absolutely outstanding. I saw all kinds of terrain and it blew my mind. I was in Albania in the hills of a place called Kruja, which is a very mountainous region, and they have like, first of all, the scenery is incredible. You can see like almost the whole country from there. They also have these huge statues because they have this like famous historical figure akin to like Alexander the Great. They call him Skinderberg, and that was pretty breathtaking to see up in person. When I lived in Estonia for 3 years, I saw a lot of incredible sights, like deep, rich forests with trees that were like untouched. That was gorgeous. Just like beautiful marshlands that you see in the south of Estonia and also on the islands, Saaremaa and Hiiumaa. Incredible, absolutely incredible. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. In Prague, in the Czech Republic, you've got this incredible like bridge, which to this day is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. So you've got the new town with all the new businesses, new builds, a couple of old buildings, but mostly new stuff. And then there's this connecting bridge, which is gorgeous with like Gothic, golden architecture, and then like you look to the old town and it's all Gothic architecture, like old, extravagant architecture. And it really was like old meets new, separated by this bridge. And honestly, if you've not been, go. It's absolutely gorgeous, that city. Absolutely incredible. Where else have I been that's pretty breathtaking? Parts of Scotland were pretty amazing. Edinburgh and Aberdeen. The mountains and the scenery is particularly beautiful. Dublin in Ireland is gorgeous. Particularly when you start getting out of the city centre and start seeing more rural areas. I mean, I want to see more of Ireland. It is a beautiful, beautiful country. That's about it off the top of my head. I'm sure I've seen more, but yeah. Question number 4. Do you prefer solo travel or group travel, and why? Group travel. Because I think experiences are always better when they're shared. True, you do have to think about the needs and wants of others, but if you have a good travel crew, people that you like, people that you get on with, then that's not really going to be an issue. Solo travel is kind of daunting. I'm not against like traveling on my own in general, but it is daunting and quite stressful, and you feel a little bit less stressed, or at least I do, when I'm with someone. But yeah. Question number 5. What's one travel experience that completely changed your perspective on life? Oh, wow. Definitely the trip to America. It made me realize I probably never want to live there because I understood a lot about the society from going there. And this was in 2014, but it's one thing to grow up with a dream. It's another to like see it in real time and realize maybe it's not what you thought it was. And the one golden rule with travel is that whatever you get sold in media, travel agents, whatever, it's never the reality. It just isn't. There was a lot of stuff there, don't get me wrong, that was absolutely incredible, but there's a lot of problematic issues there, just as there would be in any other country. You know, I've heard people say the same about UK and London and stuff. So that changed my perspective. I would say living in Estonia and traveling around there changed my perspective on life from a spiritual standpoint. I don't want to sound like a dweeb, but I'm going to say it. I did kind of have like a spiritual awakening when I was out there. Didn't mean I was dressing in leopard print and petting tigers or anything, no, but you always hear those annoying like rich kids do that, don't you? They come back from a trip in Thailand and that mummy and daddy financed, and they're all just like, oh yeah, I'm spiritually awoken. It's like, are you, or did you just have a pretty cool trip and, you know, you're just acting like a twat, you know? Because my experience, the reason I say it was a spiritual awakening was that it shifted the way I look at the world and the way I approach life. It forced me to live in a completely different way, speak a different language. I understood that what I had grown up with in the UK was only one type of living, and it's not to say I was ignorant of life in other countries. I'd seen it, but when you're visiting other countries, it's very different to like to like living there. Like living there forces you to adapt. It's adapt or die. And you will see, like, you will meet expats in other countries that are resistant to that, and like they only hang out with other expats, and you know, they only go to like the international places or the like, you know, the English speaking friendly places, and it's like you're not experiencing the culture, you're not getting the most out of it. You can only do that by immersing yourself in the culture, learning the language, getting in with the locals. That's how you get the most out of your experience. And that changed my life. It really did. It's a chapter in my life, and it's a huge one. And I'll always sing the praises of Estonia. I think it's a fantastic country. And you know, I was there for 3 years, and it'll always, despite the personal issues I was going through at the time, the country itself I'll always have a love for, and it'll always be like a second home to me. So there it is. Question number 6. Have you ever had an unexpected adventure while traveling? All the time. I'm pretty spontaneous, and I like to just jump into situations and see what happens. I can't think of anything specific, but I have discovered a lot of places that I wouldn't have discovered otherwise. I guess this is kind of unexpected. I went to Bulgaria for like a holiday trip, like a summer holiday, like beach holiday. It was the only time in my life I've done a beach holiday, and I'd never do it again. It was awful. But there was a moment when we took a boat trip from the mainland to this island, and that's when it actually felt like a holiday, because we saw like old ruins and like just like cool history stuff. And I remember thinking like, okay, this is actually what I like to do. I don't like to sit on a beach, tanning. Like, that's boring as shit. Like that, I get bored after like 20 minutes of doing that. Like, I want to explore, do things. That's not to say I can't rest and have some cheeky cocktails, but not all the time. I like to mix it up. I like to okay, we go out, we explore this place, we stop off, we have lunch, we go and explore this place, and then we chill, and then rest and have dinner and end the night. Like, that to me is a good day, a day well spent. Question number 7. What's a place you visited that didn't live up to the hype? Oh, easy. Paris, France. Oh my God. What a just dog shit city. I went there in the year 2000. And I've heard it's even worse now. But, obviously everyone has this romanticized idea of what Paris is. And don't get me wrong, there is still art and architecture and culture there that is amazing. But for the most part, and even Parisians will probably, I think, agree with me on this, it's just really taken a nosedive since, the 40s, 50s. It's not the same city. It's changed, and everywhere changes. I think London is the same. I know the French might come for me here, but look, I feel the same about London. I think places like London and Paris are way overhyped, and when you actually go there, you realise it's not what you thought it was. Can you get history and culture in Paris? Absolutely. Can you get an experience you wouldn't get anywhere else? Absolutely. Would I go back? No. I would go to other parts of, I'd love to go to the south of France. I'd love to visit other parts of France, but Paris was dirty. I remember putting my hand on an escalator, and I took my hand off, and it was black from the amount of dirt. There was trash everywhere. It was horrible. And I was a kid. I was 7 or 8 years old at the time, and I remember just being it made me grateful to be living in London at the time, which says a lot, because everyone knows how much I hate London, but at least the tube is clean, you don't see trash just floating around everywhere. And oh my God, to this day, there was a toilet in that train station, Paris train station, that it might be the dirtiest toilet I've ever seen in my entire life. It was god awful. Now, granted, this was 25 years ago. A lot changes in 25 years. But from what I've seen in videos and witness accounts of what it is, it just looks awful. And, Paris is something that you put on a travel brochure and everyone goes, oh, amazing, Paris. It's, it's a beautiful city. And then you go there and it's not really. It's not really. But again, like London, there is plenty to do. If someone said, hey, here's a free ticket to Paris, of course I would go. But I think I would have to have a very clear plan of where and what I'm going to do. I wouldn't just aimlessly walk around, because firstly, I don't think it's safe to do so. Secondly, I just think that it's not what everyone thinks it is or was. So there it is. Question number 8. Have you ever made a friend while traveling who you still keep in touch with? Kinda. Not really. I don't frequently keep up with these people, but I remember I met a guy in the States who was really cool, lovely guy. I met obviously a bunch of people when I lived in Estonia, and shout out to Johan. He's been on the podcast actually. Really, really nice guy. I did urbexing with him, urban exploring, for those who don't know. I was on his art show that he does. And like I said, he's been on my podcast. Great guy, Lovely guy. Probably one of the only friends I made when I was out there who's like just a good dude. Nice guy. But yeah, mostly I haven't. But I have met cool people through doing it. What's the best meal you've ever had while traveling? 2. So, one of them, when I was in Bulgaria, we had like a all-you-can-eat buffet style experience. Plus, it was all-inclusive, which people will shit on that, but back then in 2013, it was a really good deal. We got like free alcohol, free food, all this. It was fantastic. And eating was look, I'd love to eat. Everyone knows this, but it was the highlight of my day every day I was there, because they just had such great food. Like, Bulgarian food is just so good. I just could not get enough of it. It was honestly some of the best food I've ever had in my life. Like, some of those meats were just, I don't know, like how they seasoned it, but it was fantastic. Another time, I think it might have been my first or second night in Albania, and I was at a restaurant, and for the first time in my life, I had like toast with soup. Because growing up in the UK, we tend to just do bread and butter with soup. That's how we do it. This was the first time I'd had like toast with soup, and the bread was well toasted with like olive oil, if I remember correctly, and the soup itself was just phenomenal. To this day, one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. So those 2 would be the main ones I've ever had while traveling that were fantastic. Also, shout out to, I had like a hot chocolate, like a liquid dessert style hot chocolate in Prague when I was there, which to this day I've never found that anywhere else, and that was gorgeous. Just amazing. Question number 10. Have you ever done something completely out of your comfort zone while traveling? Yeah, loads of stuff. Just different types of swimming. I'm not a particularly strong swimmer, but I've jumped into like marshes and lakes and shit in different parts of the world, which was cool. Just like immersing myself in local culture. I'm always the first to do that, and I love to do that. Question number 11. If you could take a 1-year trip anywhere in the world, where would you go? Maybe New Zealand or America. Do like the classic road trip in America. There's a lot of places I would go. Maybe South Asia, Japan. Oh, there's so many places I would go. Question number 12. What's one hidden gem travel destination that people don't talk about enough in your opinion? Estonia. Honestly, pretty cheap to go to, I think, even though it's the euro. You can get by pretty easily. You can see Tallinn, the city, in like one day, if that. You could probably see the whole country, I reckon, in about a week. So much gorgeous terrain, so many gorgeous spots, beaches, forests, so much. It's slept on, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe, you know, I heard people there saying that like they don't want all the tourists coming and destroying it, and I get it, man. But yeah, definitely a hidden gem, Estonia. Question number 13. Is there a place you've always wanted to visit but something has held you back? Yeah, money. It's always fucking money, isn't it? But yeah, loads and loads of places. I think I just listed a few. Question number 14. What's one country you could see yourself living in for a year? Italy, Sicily. Live the classic Italian dream. I could see myself just sitting outside a coffee shop, smoking and drinking, and just drinking coffee, eating extravagant snacks, and just living off pizza and speaking Italian. I'd love that. Question number 15. If you could time travel to experience a historical event anywhere in the world, which would you choose? So I covered this in the music and movies one. I would definitely check out some of those classic concerts like Woodstock 69 and 99. But outside of music, I don't know. Maybe, maybe the I have a dream speech. That would be pretty beautiful to witness in real time. God, I don't know. There's so many. Question number 16. Would you rather explore the deep ocean or outer space? Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe outer space. I feel like there's less chance of you dying. I don't know. That's very difficult. Question number 17. If you had unlimited money for one extravagant trip, what would you do? Probably go to Japan and just live it up. just do everything. Just everything. I'd just do everything. Question number 18. What's a festival or cultural event in another country that you'd love to experience? Loads. Was it Rock AM Ring in Germany? It's like a rock metal festival. I'd love to go to that. Wacken open air festival as well. Oh, I don't know. I'd love to experience Thanksgiving in America. That would be interesting. To be a part of that. Also, just Christmas in like the classic Christmas in New York would be interesting. Although I know it's crazy in New York, like crazy busy. But I'm open on that, man. Question number 19. If you had to do an extreme adventure, skydiving, bungee jumping, etc., which one would you choose? You have to choose one or die, okay? Okay, Vilma. I hate extreme adventure stuff. I hate it so much. Okay, I guess maybe bungee jumping because it is a little bit safer than skydiving. I hate it though. Like, it's not my thing. I don't know. Like, people say like, oh, bucket list items, right? They're like, oh, would you do this? Well, don't you feel like you miss out? Like, if you never skydive, do you feel like you're missing out? No, I do not feel like I'm missing out at all. Like, you go do your skydiving and enjoy it. Because I find that shit fucking terrifying. And I used to do extreme sports. I used to do skateboarding. So, make of that what you will. But there you go. I made a decision. Question number 20. What's one off the beaten path experience you want to have? I assume you mean like kind of dangerous, I guess. I don't know. Maybe go to Mexico. I know it can be dangerous there. I don't know if that's an off the beaten path experience. I don't really know what that expression means fully, to be honest. Like forests? You mean like go to like the Amazon rainforest or something? I don't know. Question number 21. If you could teleport to any place in the world for 24 hours, where would you go? To my girlfriend's place so I could see her, or my mum's place so I could see her family. I would see family or my girlfriend, one of the two. Question number 22. If you were given a free plane ticket but had to leave in an hour, where would you go? Well, nowhere, because I wouldn't be able to get to the airport in time. Let's assume I can get there on time. Maybe somewhere in Europe. Nah, fuck it, America. Somewhere in America. Question number 23. What's the strangest or most unusual thing you've seen while traveling? Interesting question. I honestly can't think of something off the top of my head, but I know what you're striving at. You do see things sometimes that are interesting. Okay, this is kind of different, actually. I mean, it's pretty common in Europe, but as an Englishman in Europe, I'd never seen this before. So it's very common in countries like Estonia and Germany and so on for people to collect cans. and bottles and stuff, because if you collect them, you can trade them for cash. That's pretty common. It's also good for the environment because it means there's no trash around. People recycle on their own, but they get an incentive to do so. That was pretty strange the first time I saw it, because I was like, oh, why are people doing that? And then I realized, oh, this is why. And I remember thinking, this is something we should do. Question number 24. If you could have a travel superpower, would you choose flying, speaking every language, or never needing sleep on long trips? Oh, wow. Speaking every language. That would be... Could you imagine the possibilities, man? Fucking hell. Question number 25. If your life were a travel documentary, what would the title be? Oh, fuck. I don't know. I'm stumped. If your life were a travel documentary, what would the title be? Probably You Ain't Going Nowhere, Son. Oh, I don't know, man. Sorry, we're ending on a flat note there. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I hope you're enjoying these as much as I am, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.